Pray for me and my family. Pray for me, my wife, and my family. God bless. That's all I have to say about that. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm. And at this point, I've been advised not to say anything else about it. So that's all I've been authorized to say. Had a couple emergency phone calls. The only thing that I can say at this point is that I can't say anything else about it. First, I need to go and make sure that my daughter is okay. And so it's a lot of tests. I'm not sure if she got to get pulled out of school for the rest of the year. This may affect her in that way. So I have to make sure that she's okay. She's no longer safe even going to school anymore. We got to protect our babies.
Hey, again. I'm slow on the draw. How you guys doing? Welcome back to Individual Perspective Podcast. I'm your host, Daris D, McKinney. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit the notifications. You know what to do. Sign up in the Individual Perspective Podcast at gmail.com to be on the panel. I gotta check my emails too. Let me see if any of you guys saying anything to me on my my panel. See if I got any people that can join the panel. I don't think so. I haven't seen anybody sign up. Come on, y'all. Ridiculous. I'm talking to the wall. I'm talking to myself. But it's okay. Putting it on the record too. How you guys doing? Welcome back. We're gonna try to wrap this thing up real quick. Mr. Anton's going a little emotional. I don't know what's going on with him. Really ridiculous. It really is. So let's jump right in. I said enough. You guys can watch the previous episode, and I said a lot, and I'm gonna do some commentary on this. But let's jump right into it. Okay.
My wife, she's never, ever, ever needed anything whatsoever. Pray for me and my family. Pray for me, my wife, and my family. God bless. That's all I have to say about that. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm. And at this point, I've been advised not to say anything else about it.
If you guys know anything about just the average, just the basic behavior of people and emotions and all that stuff, you know that this is all a laughing stock to him. He looks like he's ready to crack up and bust out laughing, playing this little gentle situation. He knows that he's not, he's not going to let his situation get to a situation where, but he's thinking he can milk something for it. For some reason, it's ridiculous.
So that's all I've been authorized to say.
Authorized
Had a couple
to say.
emergency phone calls.
Who can authorize you to say something or not authorize you to say something? A lawyer. So already the day after, well, how dare you say something about my wife and my daughter? I'm going to sue you. And yeah, we got such a corrupt society, and it's completely garbage. Garbage society. In order to make Anton and a lot of people millionaires, a lot of people got to suffer for that. You got to kind of suffer. You got to be sheeps. You got to be somebody that devotes your value to him in order to, you got to trade off. So you'll never be great. You'll never be something of grandeur, because it's a sum of you that you leave to people you look up to. So once you transition that self-esteem and that valuation of self-dignity to hold somebody else up on the pedestal, you got to lower yourself a little bit. So when you hear Anton talk about, like, pray for my family, pray for my wife, pray for my family, he don't need your prayers. Really don't. He's like a extremely. I always tell people, like, I would have family members and friends bitch and moan at how much criticism that I gave President Obama. Hey, I voted for President Obama both times and don't regret it. And I'll do it a third time if that'll make him official. But I don't have to live a life where I don't know how destructive he was to black people. I don't have to, like, fake it like that. I can say what I want. And that's how I feel. That's my perspective, and that's how I calculate what he did. You know what I mean? But I remember I would kind of criticize him, and they would kind of be ferocious against me and how I perceived him. And I seen that it was personal. And I had friends like that too. It was personal, where they was making personal calculations of how to look at me. And I'm like, excuse me. And I was like, President Obama don't need your mercy or your grace. That man would die with $500 million in his bank account. Now we got to work on, like, how do we get the best out of life and everything in economic situation? And that's the same way it is right now with the social media influencers and all. They good. Anton Daniels is good. You can't make or break him for the rest of his life. He got money put away. He got certain things already set up for the rest of his life. He'll never have to worry about money like that. So it's like we got to start actually communicating how much greatness we give to other people, and the majority of people are still kind of in a chasing their tail and biting their face off. They just self-defeating, really. We got to start taking self-respect and self-pride back and look up to yourself. And when you listen to people and you gain insight or advice from people, eat the meat, spit out the bones, really.
Only thing that I can say at this point is that I can't say anything else about it. First, I need to go and make sure that my daughter is okay. And so it's a lot of tests.
Well, I hope that she's okay, and that she got to take tests is just ridiculous, and pulling her out of school and all that crazy stuff. It's just ridiculous. And it's just, I don't even know. Because most of this is trolling and propaganda to manipulate, to give a better positioning to sue Corey Holcomb, I can't really take anything that he says at face value, because it's all something, a strategic play that he's making, that he thinks that this gives him value. It doesn't. It gives you economically value, but characterized and principle and just straight like credibility. It's you're done. That's why I say economically, yeah, become a Patreon member. Maybe he can give you some insight of how you move in your life if you don't have it yourself. But you take what he's talking about on his Patreon or his episodes, podcasts, and you just you eat the meat, spit out the bones, but don't hold him as no value like personally, because his credibility is shot after this stuff.
I'm not sure if she got to get pulled out of school for the rest of the year. This may affect her in that way.
Crazy.
I have to make sure that she's okay. She's no longer safe even going to school anymore.
Pulling her out.
We got to protect our babies.
Boy.
We got to protect our babies.
It's just so crazy. Like, it's just like I said, I'm talking about it as if he's not been a propagandist right now, been a woman, been a battered woman trying to say, oh, he emotionally abused me. So Corey emotionally abused Anton Daniels by talking about his daughter and his wife. He verbally abused him. So I'm about to sue you for money because how disruptive you have made our life and my daughter's life, that she decided to be distracted and weakened by how her physicality, or not even physicality because she's an athlete, so she's pretty much in shape and everything, but how she looks to a comedian and his judgment of how she looks is so disruptive that she can't even be an athlete no more, and that makes or break her. Like, you built a society around her for 17 years that she never had to evaluate her place in the perception of beauty in comparison to her neighborhood, her school, her martial art peers, and to the totality of people that she's able to analyze in social media. And like, none of this has played a factor to her self-evaluation, to comparison and the dynamics of how people look and everything. And I just can't see that I hope that she's okay. I hope that she didn't break from this. But if she did, that's a poor situation. And you did a terrible job being preemptive.
Under no circumstances will I ever allow for my daughter to go under.
I don't understand that. Go under in what way? Who are you looking at?
Unfortunately, for the majority of the community, they don't have the wherewithal. They don't have the context. They don't have the resources to be able to invest in fixing. So a lot of times our community has to suffer with the psychological trauma, and they have to grow up with that. I just so happen to be one of the people of that ilk that can make the adjustment to where I can hopefully try as best as I could to maybe get her at 70, 75, 80% at some point. She was on track to be an Olympian.
Wow.
Hey, homeowners, if you're thinking about...
She's been on her way to be Olympian, but she's completely broken and torn. And he hoped that all his money can get her back about 75% of who she was before Corey Holcomb talked about her looks. Ah! It's so much in the context of that, I don't even know what to say. Carry on.
And I'm surprised at the community as I'm reading this chat right now.
Dude, it's because you're not listening to yourself. You're saying a lot of stuff, and you're not analyzing what you're saying in your head. You don't understand. Baseline is there always was the First Amendment. That means before you guys had a baby, you got to have some intellectual understanding that you're bringing kids into a world where everybody has the right to communicate what they want to communicate out their mouth. Okay? Yes. We have illegal laws that regulate speech. To regulate speech is keep forgetting that word. Abridging. To regulate speech is abridging speech. Abridging speech. Abridging means to shorten, to reconstruct, to give a derivative, to redefine or literally redefine, okay? The freedom of speech, not a certain verbal speech between two people or the community or the government. No. It's for anything you want to say out your mouth to anybody. You have the right to say it. And to make a consequences for communication or saying something in free speech is illegal. Only way you can regulate free speech is if you have an establishment and you have a code of conduct where you feel like, hey, my employees should be communicating like this in this establishment, or to the customers and all the other stuff, and anything else is against our code of conduct and against how we want you to be perceived to our incoming clients. You can regulate it like that, because that's an establishment that's owned by a free person, and anything under their ruling should be abide by how they see fit as a private citizen. But on the airwaves and all that stuff, no. I'm
surprised at you guys.
We surprised at you. Trust me. You like this situation. This made you put on your dress, boy. This is wild.
I'm surprised at you guys. So wait a minute. Are you guys telling me, some of you, because I see the overwhelming majority of you are logical. Are you guys?
What's logical? Logical is to play to what you think that's sensible. What makes sense to you? What should be fair to you? But your fairness and what's sensible to you takes away my freedom. We self-regulate our speech. We self-regulate, not allow another human being to regulate our speech. That's all we're saying. You have no right to regulate what comes out of Corey Holcomb's mouth. Like he has no right to regulate what comes out your mouth. It's vice versa. This how you disappointed. We disappointed at you. You stepping all over the First Amendment. It's ridiculous.
Telling me that it is okay for people to go after underage children?
No, it's not okay. Nobody's saying it's okay. Nobody is saying okay. That's women speak, where you say one thing and then you twist it to what you perceive it makes you feel like, or what's into how you perceive it. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that it was all right for him to say anything about your daughter. He has the right to say anything about your daughter. And if he deems it valuable for him to say it, and him to use that card and throw that card on the table, so be it. He has the card. He has the ability to throw that card on the table. You don't got no right to try to make it where all society should give a shit about anybody's kids if they don't give a shit about nobody's kids. How much y'all always say fuck those kids and all the other stuff? Y'all joke about that 100 times on your platform. Ridiculous. Like, stay in context, man. Stay in context of who you are, how you communicate, and the platforms and the communication and the actual forum that you're in. And inside that forum, yes, it's an option for someone to talk about your family, talk about your minor daughter.
Are y'all validating this?
We're not validating it. We are giving Corey Holcomb the freedom of speech. What? You can't be principled. You can't be black and white. You can't be objective to do that. So I think you should have never came online to show people how unstable your loyalty is to the freedom of speech. And at any given time, you're for the government, if it see fit, to regulate something that they don't have the right to regulate.
Wow. I'm amazed at the culture.
No, we're amazed at you.
I'm amazed at the culture.
We're amazed
Are
at your.
y'all telling me that
we're amazed at your ignorant understanding of the First Amendment. Your ignorance to it.
It's okay to go after underage children in real life?
I love how he turns it against the audience to make them like viled SA people. You okay for people to go after underage minors and all that blah blah blah? Fuck you and your premise. Nobody's saying it's okay for Corey Holcomb to attack your daughter. We said that he has the freedom, and we want to give him the power and the freedom and the energy and the spirit. If he decides to do that, he has every right to do it. And ain't no way nobody should be trying to muzzle him by having a communication about a person and freedom of speech. Now, if he loses his fan base, if the girls in his fan base or the people that follows him or the people that support him decides, oh my God, that is terrible what you said about Anton Daniel's daughter and his wife. That's so terrible. And he lose money and support and all that stuff. His investors pulled out and all the money is that surround him trying to collaborate and give a piece of his platform. If they decide to pull because he did, that's the consequences of him having freedom of speech to talk about your daughter. He has to suffer the consequences that he has. But by all means, piece of shit government better stay out of it. Michigan or California or the Supreme Court ain't got no right to touch that. And I don't understand why you ignorant to this. You can perceive all kind of other business scenarios and stuff, but you can't perceive that somebody may one day talk about your wife and your daughter and the conditions of them not, you walk around like the happy wanderer because you under the condition that nobody better not talk about your wife or your daughter until your daughter become of age, 18 years old, and then they have every right to say something. Ridiculous.
Not speaking in general, not speaking, oh, okay, well, this is how I feel about the community and how it is that we raise our children. I'm talking about real life people.
Nobody thinking this is a fake person, dude. Ain't nobody thinking about this as a fake person. We have high respect for your daughter and your wife. We have high respect for them. But I'm trying to let you explain to you. They don't have a right to not get criticized by the public if the public deems to criticize them. That's their freedom of speech to do it. Okay?
I'm heartbroken. I really am.
You in shambles?
I'm heartbroken.
You are?
For all of our black women. For all of our black women that's out there that say that and had something to even say. I seen y'all do a breakdown of Ryan Davis and what he said and all of this stuff. I've seen so many think pieces on Ryan Davis.
Who is Ryan Davis? He says that like we know who this fucking person is and like we should give a shit about Ryan Davis. Because you seem like you care about him more than we do. Oh, Ryan Davis, the comedian that was talking about his daughter looks at him as a ATM pretty much. Oh, come on, man. Oh, he should have criticized his own daughter? Boy.
And how black children and all of this stuff are spoken about. And you guys really, now all of a sudden it's different?
Reading this chat. I don't care about this chat, so I'm not reading it. She's a minor and a private citizen. She didn't deserve that. Of course she didn't. Corey is just another poor person who makes poor choices. This a L. He took it too far. We all agree on all these points. We all agree. This shit sad. When I saw Corey live this morning, my heart dropped. Like, dude. Yeah, we all agree. He's an idiot. He's an asshole. He's a douchebag for doing it. But he told you he was a scumbag for doing it. You get what I'm saying? What does this one say? Yeah, I can't even see it. I can't even see that. What is this? WTF is going on. This is trash. N-word, you supposed to be a protector. Shaking my head. It's time to crash. What that be? I'm a mom. Someone did something to, and they using his daughter's name because he always using it. Okay. She's a mind. She didn't deserve that. Corey is another poor person. Yeah, we already seen this. Okay. Says something and say by the law as you feel like your kids are, the logic may not be there, but that is the logic. I don't understand what they meant by that. Keep the kids safe and out of it. 100%. Yeah. Yeah, don't post them either. You out your family out there. These are the consequences of your actions. Man up. You out your family out there. So he must have you put your family out there. These are the consequences of your actions. Man up. And that's true. You put them out there. Put them on the internet. The internet has always been savage, AD. You know this. It is fair. Is it fair? No. Okay. Yeah, you gotta almost read what they're writing in the correct way because how their jargon is or they're kind of spelling it or writing it is not accurate, but it's okay.
I'm heartbroken. I really am.
If there's was ever a time to separate ourselves from these ends, the culture is trash. All valid points everybody's making. No, I would never go after people, kids. Of course we wouldn't. No one would. No one would. But you're not in the playground with Anton Daniels and Corey Holcomb. You better be ready. When I'm playing in this game, you better be ready. Okay. That Corey is a low down sob. I guess as son of a bee. He knows kids' families off limit. That shows how butthurt he is. Disgusting. Oh, woman. That's gotta be a woman.
In shambles.
Oh, you're in shambles now. Her daddy FAFO. What's that? Oh, F around and find out. That's what it is. What up, Big A's? Welcome to the Millionaire Morning Show. Like, share, subscribe, click a notification off. Welcome to the Individual Perspective Podcast. Like, share, subscribe, click on those notifications off. Let's do it. Why come for your wife and kid? Diabolical. This culture. It's a low blow. It's a comedic low blow. So
100%.
And it was on the table. It was an action option.
I'm in shambles.
I'm in shambles. I'm in shambles. I'm in
I am
shambles.
100% in shambles.
Boy, I tell you.
It's nothing else for me to say.
It's not.
It's nothing else for me to say.
It's not.
I have to figure out how to pick up the pieces.
Okay.
I have to figure out how to pick. Corey, he won.
He won.
Corey and Craig, you win.
You win. You give up.
I have to figure out what collateral damage happened after that.
Yeah.
You guys win.
You had a good time for a whole week. Okay, a whole week. Don't play coy. Don't play a little gentle. Don't play like you like some victim. You had a good week. You did a lot before he responded.
I got to figure out how to pick up the pieces.
Well, hopefully, your daughter is strong and she makes sure that she push on. This is stupid stuff. You can't build your whole life around this stuff. You got it. You got the bag. You got a very highly accomplished father. He set you up very well and secured you with a great future and great ambassador you into a life of your decision. However you want to move, you can move that way. Okay? And finish doing what you want to do with your martial arts and your competitions and all that stuff. Don't let your father, social media oppositions and compadres sidetrack you. You are part of the discussion. Why? Because your father injected you into the situation where you can be evaluated. Everybody know your name. Everybody obviously seen the picture before I did. You know, I didn't see it until Corey put it on his show. And but he grabbed it from your dad.
Family is in shambles. Daughter is in shambles. Literally having my wife take her over to get evaluated and figure it out because crying inside of the principal's office trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah, that's wild. Now, if that's true, that means somebody was playing the clips of Corey Holcomb and the joke that he said and all that stuff, and it was like going around the whole school or something like that, and then she crying in school and everything. Boy, you ain't playing the right game, man. You ain't playing the right game. You can't be going out knowing that your weak spot, that the number one thing that could be used against you is an evaluation of your family and stuff, and that negativity, that chink in the armor is so blatantly there, and it's the last thing you consider, and somebody might hit you right in the chink in your armor. That the vulnerability of your armor, they might hit you in. I don't even know how to compute that. That's just so crazy. You're playing to the audience intelligence. He definitely is. Revenge of the Nerds. Ad is kicking. They are. Kwame Brown called you a sucker onto the situation, which Kwame Brown didn't say that. You get what I'm saying? But Anton responded from the chat, gassing him up, and then Kwame Brown responded and said, "Hey, you didn't even see if I said anything before you went off on me about what your chat said." You about to sue? N-word? Vote check. Green checklist. AD. I don't know what that means. Corey put Anton Daniels on his live and assaulted her along with his wife. I guess you should say. Corey posted Anton's daughter on his live and assaulted her along with his wife. Yeah, he did. Uh-oh. Let me let him do this prima donna I'm in shambles shit. Cause
having my wife take her over to get evaluated and figure it out, because crying inside of the principal's office trying to figure out what to do.
Hello, my name is Adam Ferrer.
Shut up. We don't care. Stop talking.
I'm in shambles.
You're in shambles? I'm in shambles. I'm in shambles. New word of the day, shambles. Shambles. Shambles.
Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let me read some of the super chats.
By the way, take the chat and hit the chat, hit the like, hit the share, turn on your notifications, blah, 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 blah.
And then, is it possible that we can get to the regular show?
Well, that's all your decision.
Is it possible that we can get to the regular show?
Your decision. I doubt you're going to let it go on to the regular show.
To all of the bad chasers and Patreon members, we're almost at 21,000 Patreon members. Make sure you guys King TC says, fuck Corey Holcomb. God bless the AD and all of the bag chasers. We are up and it gets better from here. I appreciate you. True Andrew King says, and their kids' lives, whether you have a male child, a female child, shout out to the fathers that have played a phenomenal. And so, you know, I have to seek the counsel of the people that surround me so that I can make the best decision going forward. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going after and doing a summer jam screen on somebody else's kids. I know it's a lot of y'all that wanted me to do that. Some of y'all was DMing me. Some of y'all was emailing me. I always acknowledge all of the super chats. Leno says, Atsu, homie, my boy. Well, listen, I'm not focused on that. Time out. Give me a second. Let me figure out. I got it. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. I got it. Crown says, praying for you and the family. Your daughter has inspired. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. Mine and give it a master class. Thank you, my love. Thank you, my love. Treadmill Game says, Corey Holcomb is a true punk. What a sucker he is. Prayers to your daughter. Thank you for the prayers and the well wishes. Stanancia says, you can tell who in the chat was raised by punks. Chase Barnes says, a hedge of protection for AD and his family covered. Crown me. Can somebody time out? Give me a second. Let me figure out. I got it. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. I got it. Crown says, praying for you and the family. Your daughter. Legacy of Rain says, praying for your family. Looking forward to your healing and more success. M. Moore says, because it won't stop unfortunately. What he did to your family, I'm sorry in advance. You don't have to be sorry.
Yeah, he's all right.
Yep, that's her. That is her. I got it.
Okay. Having a problem already. Where we at? 37. Refresh that.
Apparently you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single prompt. Harmony. I don't know if this is going to be.
Tell you these down.
That wasn't cool at all. Chess, not checkers, AD. Move with silence, not in silence. Exposure Network says crazy part is Darlene was rapping about her too. I downloaded it. I got it. Yep, that's her. That is her. My mom just sent this to me. This is crazy. Mom just sent this to me. All the awards that she received this year is crazy. It's crazy. I just want to say I support you and your family. God bless. Back Chasers is up. Shout out to M89. A412. I appreciate you. Would love to see her get gold in 2028 here in LA. On your notifications. All right, y'all ready?
Well, it don't seem like you want to get started.
We don't play by the same rules as everybody else.
Well, ridiculous.
Do you understand? We don't play by the same rules as everybody
Yeah, I know
else.
you don't, and you don't. And everybody.
We have to be better.
No, you're not
have
better.
To hold ourselves to a higher.
You're not holding yourself to a higher standard. You're an American citizen. Number one important thing is the U.S. Constitution and how the U.S. Constitution plays to even your freedom of speech. And the powerful regulates speech, and how y'all bicker amongst each other hurts our freedom of speech. That's why it's limited. That's why you can't even get it's ridiculous. I'm not even gonna talk about it no more. I'm exhausted with the situation. So yeah. Nah.
Level when it comes to certain situations. All right. Eddie B says, please have your folks read Title 8 U.S. Code 1325, which makes it illegal to enter the U.S. illegally, marriage fraud and commercial enterprise fraud. So when they lie about it not being illegal, bam.
Yep.
All right. Y'all ready to get started with the show? All right. That's all I have to say about that.
Is you sure? Don't seem like it, do it.
Jay Billups. Jay, let me just address this one last thing and then we go from there. Jay Billups says, you talk about my kids and I.
Yeah, we don't want to hear about you deciding not to attack Corey for saying something about your kids. Ridiculous, okay?
We should have been off that a long time ago. We're not doing that. That's trash. All right?
Look, y'all, Corey is an idiot and he's disrespectful for saying anything about Anton's daughter and his wife. These guys are, they're in a form where they talk shit and they communicate and they run their mouth and they boaster and they all, it's like just a dialogue of perspective of how each party should conduct themselves and all that, as manhood and all that stuff. And in the midst of conversating about the dysfunction and the instability of how men are functioning, we come across this situation. Okay? And in this situation, we're seeing them have to have it out. You know what I'm saying? If they decide to make it physical with each other, they can do it. But under who has the right to say whatever they want to say, they both have the right to say whatever they want to say. Whoever pulls that trigger to say whatever they want to say, it shouldn't be that they didn't have the right to say it. They do. The consequences that they need to suffer is something that Anton decides to do in order to balance it out if he feels like he can balance it out. But under no circumstances are you supposed to use the same system that is supposed to be there to protect Corey against Corey to sue him. That's crazy. There's not supposed to be any judicial proceeding to the freedom of speech. If anybody says, hey, I don't like what this guy says, I want to sue him and stuff. You get what I'm saying? You don't have the right to sue a person for saying something about you, because you would have to use the actual judicial system and the court proceeding that's his court proceeding. So a court is not supposed to, you got to understand, there's no Congress, that means laws, to abridge the freedom of speech, meaning there's no government that should interject into a person's freedom of speech. In addition to that, like defamation is only brought against people when they use that stuff against someone. So, for example, the media use defamation and freedom of speech acts against Trump, but they won't allow him to use freedom of speech against them. And he has the right to use it. He's an American citizen. He has the right to communicate his freedom of speech about the media or politicians. And if they sue him, he should be able to sue them. Especially if proven that the way that they perceived his usage of freedom of speech was inaccurate to their way. I don't want to get people confused, but freedom of speech is a wild, crazy thing. And it actually is one of the only laws that we have where you can't even amend it. You can't even take a collective vote on if you want to curtail it or put rules in it. You can't. You cannot abridge the freedom of speech, the freedom to say what you want to say.
All right, y'all. So white folks, I heard that white folks passed away.
So, you're going to come into a thing. I'm just going to fast forward to see if he runs his mouth again about this stuff. Let's see.
Conservative Christian, you're changing mindsets that threatens the Democrats' prison industrial complex. Shout out to you. I appreciate you, True Crime. That's a great compliment. You heard the new T.I. song? If not, give it a listen. Yeah, I like that new T.I. song. I like that new T.I. song. I like the new T.I. I like T.I. when he raps. T.S. Car Wash and Detail Services, Androids is better than Apple, AD. If that's what you believe. Listen. Some people were saying, Anton, why your iPhone so beat up? Because I'm rough on my shit. Look, I'm rough on my shit. I never put a case on my phone.
Brand
why
new
pay
too.
Apple Care if you want to put a case on your shit? And my junk get use. I actually use my phones. Look at all of that.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I should be toe up.
Yeah, pretty wow.
See all of that scratches and
that
dings
color,
and drops.
that color stuff is just
all of that
cheap.
stuff.
That's cheap.
Yeah, my junk get beat up. My junk get beat up. I actually got 3 phones.
Look at that.
I'm streaming on one of them right now. But you know, Onward Today. Shout out to Onward Today. Devs are super protected in prison for people who don't know. Yes, everybody that reposted that video and all of that type of stuff. I haven't forgot. Oh yeah. I'm paying attention. Shout out to everybody that piggyback. Shout out to the piggybackers. I think that y'all awesome.
Yeah, you got to react to the video, and I can't censor Corey. Now, what I did was I blurred it out because it's just ridiculous and stuff, and it's just ridiculous. I felt I had to meet some middle ground for Anton and Corey and the freedom of speech and be able to do a proper reaction video to it. In additionally, I don't want to censor myself. You get what I'm saying? So that's crazy. I gotta have a conflict of that. I'm not censoring myself for Anton or anybody. So, but I said, it's fair to blur her face out and stuff. I do agree with that. Because I don't want to jump on the bandwagon and have something in the archives where she's like that.
Yeah. Everybody think everything content. I feel you.
Oh, it is.
Get it off.
You think everything is content.
Weighs in on ICE crackdowns in Minnesota, texting with Trump, and he's talking about texting with Trump. I haven't seen this, but people sent it to me. Make sure I hit a like.
Okay.
Be focused on is trying to pay it off. Manny Plays PC says, I hate Mom Donnie's fake ass. Thank y'all for the prayers. Original.
A ongoing.
Yeah, I'm not listening to his commentary about the news. I
People
do my
have
own
broken
news.
households that are the most pro-black. Why do the people that speak the most for the people are never married to the people that they say that they speak for?
So now you've been a racist and a colorist. You know what I mean? Because if you're not with black people, you're Uncle Tom or and it's like, no, we date whoever we want to date and whoever the connection is to who we connect with. It's just ridiculous. And for you to say that, oh, I'm with this dark skinned woman and my daughter's dark skinned and these are the true true purest black women, and if you not dating or if you, it's like, dude, like you putting everybody in a wild situation, dude. But let's go there. Let's go to there. If you want to see, Idiot says, and why are so-called pro-blacks always have a white partner? Ridiculous.
Y'all don't marry dark-skinned women. Y'all don't even like y'all. Listen, when I said it on the platform,
I tell you,
it went over everybody's head and everybody.
Nobody's looking for a girl outside their race. Nobody's looking for that. And vice versa, the girl is not looking for a man that's outside her race. Okay? But if you're a free thinking human being that you don't have any guardrails on how you're moving and how you're interacting with people, you interact with a person and you don't know, like, you know, get into a relationship with a person of another race, and that's the relationship you're in. You don't really, you're not seeking to do that. It's just the way it is. Then it just happens. And it's like a regular relationship with a black woman. You would kind of interact with a Asian woman or a white woman or whatever. You're not doing that. But this is where, like, people, this is his excuse for, or the excuse that he wants to make up. Like, I'm dating a black woman. I'm dating a woman of my race. I'm not going for no light-skinned woman. Well, you've been with her since you guys were teenagers, so that's a moot point. Your options of other races, it was not like a normal thing. Now it is, because you got money and you come across so many different type of people in your economic situation and your interactions, but it wasn't like how you would, it's just your pool wasn't even open like that, which that's good. It's okay. They're great looking people. Your wife and your daughter, they are right. It's just not, it's how you're making excuses for it, and everything else you do in your life is you're going for beauty. You have panels of women. You judge women to how they look. Your favorite women that you actually put on a pedestal and you kind of invite them to basketball games because you ain't got nobody to go to basketball games with. These are women that are mixed, and they features and everything is in high status and high genetics and stuff like that. It's just, come on, dude. Your action speaks in contrary. It doesn't matter if you married a black woman or you married a dark-skinned woman and your kids dark-skinned and all that stuff, and you love the black women and the chocolate women and all that stuff like that. Your action shows that you want to at least interact and flirt and smell and touch and hug women that are of other races and stuff. So this is like a contradiction, really.
Act like they didn't understand what I'm saying. We don't like ourselves.
Boy, I heard
we
that.
don't even like ourselves.
We don't like ourselves. That's ridiculous. He the one who calls the black culture trash and stuff. And now you like this self-righteous, Afrocentric black, pro-black guy. Ridiculous.
That is not celebrated in our community. You know why they said the most incendiary things to my daughter? Because she actually have two dark-skinned parents. That's not celebrated.
Boy, I tell you, you going
Oh,
off.
I know my people beautiful.
Yeah, you going crazy, and
Listen,
black people are beautiful.
Listen, I know for a fact.
Look, I'm gonna have to do another one on this. We almost done with this, and I'm gonna go to Corey Holcomb stuff and everything like that. Oh my goodness. Just an hour in. I gotta take this call. I really do gotta take this call. Maybe I'll come back. Let me take this call, and hopefully I don't have to end the call, but I'll let this play and I'll mute myself.
My people is beautiful. Know for a fact they're the most spoiled women on this side of the Midwest. My girls are the most spoiled women, pampered women, and they deserve the world. They deserve the world. They're loyal, they pampered, they spoiled, they whine when they can't see me as much as they want to see me. And you know why that hurts people? Because it flies in the face of what they think that we're supposed to do when we become successful. The sweetest people that you've ever met in your entire life. The sweetest people that you have ever met in your entire life. No, listen. If we gonna have a conversation, then let's have a conversation. If we're gonna have a conversation, listen, the one thing that my family knows for a fact is that they are the most loved people on the face of this earth. Absolutely. The most loved people on the face of this earth. But we, as a people, as I said before, we don't like ourselves. We don't like ourselves. People will absolutely, positively attack everything around you. And the thing that they're going to go after is the thing that they think is the most meaningful to you. And they don't give a fuck if it's a black woman. Fuck her. Fuck her. Who cares? Listen, pro-black, we black first, but let me go ahead and go after this little black girl. Crazy. Most of the people that say that they the most pro-black, you know what they are? Gay. Look at Don Lemon. How come all black people have broken households that are the most pro-black? Why do the people that speak the most for the people are never married to the people that they say that they speak for? Why is Don Lemon, for example, the example of what it means to be pro-black, and he's not even married to a woman or a black person? And I ain't never attacked, I ain't gonna even say his name, but you know what it is.
Boy.
I ain't never attacked his family or his wife. Find the clip and show it to me then. Find the
I'm telling you, man. Look, I don't understand why we plan. I ain't never attacked this guy's wife or anything like that. The scumbag people, they're gonna attack your wife and your kid, okay? Let me listen to this.
I said it on the platform. It went over everybody's head and everybody act like they didn't understand what I'm saying. We don't like ourselves. We don't even like ourselves.
Yeah, I'm glad you put it as a we don't even like ourselves, because you're part of the problem too. You know?
That is not celebrated in our community. You know why they said the most incendiary things to my daughter? Because she actually have two dark-skinned parents. That's not celebrated. Oh, I know my people beautiful. Absolutely. Listen, you can't listen. I know for a fact my people is beautiful. Know for a fact. They're the most spoiled women on this side of the Midwest. My girls are the most spoiled women, pampered women.
That's good. They deserve it. And that's why I don't know why you messing with her competition and all the other stuff. You got a good foundation there for them. Let them live in their stuff and understand that they may not be perceived as the most beautiful women in the world to every single human being in the country. And yes, somebody might actually communicate that too, but they got to live their life, continue. So I don't need you to have this conversation. It don't matter to say it. Doesn't matter to say it. They need to know it.
And they deserve the world. They deserve when we become successful. The sweetest people that you've ever met in your entire life.
Who?
People that you've ever met in your entire life.
Who's the sweetest people?
They whine when they can't see me as much as they want to see me. And you know why that hurts people? Because it flies in the face of what they think that we're supposed to do when we become successful. The sweetest people that you've ever met in your entire life.
Yeah, we know that, and I don't even know them personally, but I know they are good women and they are very like great girls. Him and his wife and his daughter. We know that. That's why I don't want to talk about them. Don't want to talk about them. I have to evaluate how Corey Holcomb is communicating and how you're. Only reason why I'm in opposition to Anton Daniels is because he's trying to sue Corey and the freedom of speech for him to say whatever the fuck you want to say about your wife and your daughter. It sucks. It's terrible. But you took on freedom of speech and communicating and having a way of dialogue that you don't want it to be regulated. You took on that. And the stuff that they don't regulate is ridiculous. If they're going to regulate at all.
The sweetest people that you have actively attack everything around you, and the thing that they're going to go after is the thing that they think is the most meaningful to you. And they don't give a fuck if it's a black woman.
Fuck they don't. They don't. But that's a person that's trying to go for the jugular. And it's stupid, but that's the kind of environment you in. Because y'all talk a lot. Y'all communicate a lot. Y'all verbose about your ideology and your ideology and your intellect and all that stuff like that. Y'all communicate about your point of view of stuff. And that leaves the floor open for anything to be evaluated.
Fuck her. Who cares? Listen, pro-black, we black first, but let me go ahead and go after this little black girl. Crazy.
Yeah, he's a contradicting idiot. I agree, all points. But that's society. That's a lot of black people are doing that. You guys pick what you put your power behind in your judgment of to how you put behind. All of y'all evaluate black people under some preconditioned structure. Corey Holcomb is evaluating your wife and your daughter's looks. You evaluate if you go into business or you do any interaction with people to how they are perceived to you. You have a perception of that person. And that rides down the rabbit hole, and you make that judgment, and you kind of respond in that fashion. And so this is just the way that people are in a verbal communicative culture and forum. Anything can be said, and you leave yourself open to that. So that's just the way it is, and it sucks. But y'all gotta. The bad part about it is people that are journalists, podcasters, news anchors, politicians, federal, the judicial branch, y'all cannot be against people's freedom of speech. It's the number one rule of our country and our society. If we make exceptions to it, it's not stable. It won't hold under scrutiny. And you already see YouTube, they muzzle people, and you guys are talking SA, small hats. Oh, you abbreviate so much. That's just pure basic freedom of speech. And it's just like go down a rabbit hole where you don't even have your own voice. It's the system's voice.
Most of the people that say that they the most pro-black, you know what they are? Gay.
I gotta mute myself again.
How come all black people have broken?
we could like limit things in the actual system that people just can't click on it and start watching stuff. We could, and then we could have a launch for it if you want. So that's how it for it to be. We want the apps to be ready. You get what I'm saying? So that way we don't have to wait at a certain time for the apps to be available on Google Play or the App Store. You know what I mean? But internally, we can mute the actual platform. You understand what I mean? Right. Or I could black site it. I could black it out where no matter if somebody go to the URL, they won't be able to see what we got in store. If they might go to the app, they won't be able to. And then we could turn it on when you're ready. Yeah. Yes, they said it's. I know. It'd be a total of like 30 to 45 days. I think by the time March 1st comes, it'll be pretty much ready. Yeah, but like I said, I'm thinking from everything that we're doing, they'll be ready probably in the like maybe the last week of February. I'm saying we could like the App Store and Google, like they will pretty much like Uscreen will have our apps pretty much because they already turning it over. So it goes through the process with Google and Apple, but Google and Apple already approved their systems already. They put whatever platforms that they put in to the App Store. App Store knows them. They knows how they code and all the other stuff. So once it goes over to them, it's an easier process for it to come live on Apple and Google because they have a they have already a winning structure that actually all they doing is yeah, yeah. So I'm just letting you know worst case scenario is if the Google and the App Store is live in February or so, we'll just black site. You know what I'm saying? I'll just do that in my end. That's what because I do all the code. Yeah. Yeah. All you're doing is waiting for Apple and Google to turn it on to the App Store. That's it. So like I said, I'll manage it on my side, and if you want me to black it out, I'll black it out. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I know you were looking at it and stuff like that. So, I and I'll make some updates. I got the code to go into the actual thing to change the fonts to bold and all that stuff like that. So I'll be doing that, and then I'll make some additional categories and stuff like that to what you want and everything. And then before we go in, I'll black it out if you want to do that.
In households that are the most pro-black.
Okay, well, we'll rock and roll whenever you're ready. Don't worry about it. Don't stress yourself out. I'm here.
Why do the people that speak the most for the people are never married to the people that they say that they speak for? Why is Don Lemon, for example, the example of what it means to be pro-black, and he's not even married to a woman or a black person?
Yeah, but he's not going against. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. I might have to delete all that off. Cut that all off the actual recording, and I will. But Don Lemon ain't like, he's not your opposition. You got your FBAs and all them. That's your opposition. Corey Holcomb and them pro-black and stuff. That's your opposition. Not pro-black Don Lemon. He acts so Afrocentric and he's married to a white man.
And I ain't never attacked, I ain't gonna even say his name, but you know what it is. I ain't never attacked his family or his wife. Find the clip and show it to me then. Find the clip and show it, because I ain't take nothing down.
What are you talking
That's
about?
why we say in Jesus' name after the end of our prayers.
What are we talking about? A person asked him about interracial relationships. I gotta see this.
I spoil them more. I cover them more. Anton, what is your opinion on interracial relationships? I think that people should marry whoever it is that loves them.
Right, I do too.
I have no problem with people going to
And
get.
some people don't even pay attention to most, like that. Oh, I'm in an interracial relationship. Oh, I don't like this person. That person connects with you, and if they connect with you, you go down the rabbit hole. They ride with you, you go down the rabbit hole, and sometimes you're not really worrying about the race of them, or it just don't affect you like that.
With people and marrying, only thing I say is don't have children out of wedlock. Don't have children out of wedlock, and don't marry somebody else's kid or take on somebody else's kid. That's the only thing I say. But see, I'm not the person. I said that I believe in Jesus first. I said that I believed in Jesus, like Christianity, Jesus. That's what it is. That I identify first, because that's what I chose. But I'm not the person that's standing on this shit. I'm not the person that got a whole lot of baby mamas out here running around. I'm not the person that got broken households. And that's not directed to that particular segment, ain't directed to anybody in particular. But I'm saying most of the people that I see doing it, if you look behind the curtain, it's fucked up. It's fucked up. So I believe that people should go where they celebrate it, not where they tolerate it, because the comforter, once Jesus died for our sins, we all have the comforter available to us, the Jew and the Gentile alike. That's why he died for our sins. That's why he died for our sins. Now we can choose him. We don't need an intercessor in order to speak to him. He is our intercessor because he's our friend. In order for us to reach God, we have to actually say, in Jesus' name, where 2 or 3 is gathered, there he is in the midst of thee. That's why we say, in Jesus' name, after the end of our prayers. That's the whole logic. But guess what? Guess what? I pay attention to people's fruits. I pay attention to people's fruits.
And I think that's good. Pay attention to the outcome, not the rhetoric. So I'm gonna end this because he's about to go to the super chats and all that other stuff. I'll let him say a couple of other lines, and then we're done with this one. And we're gonna do another episode where I kind of talk about Anton's response, like responding to Corey Holcomb with some video that he hit a lady outside of a comedy club, and it didn't get exposure because what I found out, and Anton didn't mention, is the judge threw it out and granted him an actual where you get distance from somebody, where he granted her to not be in contact with him and to keep separated from him because of how wild and ratchet she is. You get what I'm saying? So we'll get into that, but let me let him finish saying what he's saying, and we're gonna end this.
How do I know? How do I know that a person is truly pro anything? It's the people who they put money in their pocket. It's the people who they hire. It's the people who they marry, right? It's the children that they take care of, and it's the communities that they live in. I live in the blackest city, married to a dark-skinned chick, with a black daughter that has never known anything other than love and phenomenal situations, with a 98% black staff, and the majority of them is black women. I'm broke.
Who said you broke, man?
Don't.
Oh, you reading another chat?
I'm broke.
Stupid, like giggling.
I'm broke.
What you reading, dog? Giggling and snuffling like that. It's ridiculous.
Picked the wrong one this year. I'm broke.
Well, I see it at the bottom. Some stupid comment. Oh shit. Let me go back. I don't know why I'm not using my keyboard. Stop giggling like that.
I'm broke.
I gotta go to the comment so people can know why it's
the children that they take care of, and it's the communities that they live in. I live in the blackest city.
Will you address the Mika commentary? Nah, he ain't gonna address that.
Married to a dark-skinned chick, with a black daughter that has never known anything other than love and phenomenal situations.
And that's what she deserves. She's your daughter. That's what she deserves. You ain't got no sons. Take care of your daughter.
With a 98% black staff, and the majority of them is black women.
You don't get no play for that. You get what I'm saying? That's very selective. Exactly. Corey has no fruits. He's broke and miserable. And let me look at this person. Not worth it. Oh, 6C6Z. And these people don't have no profile or anything. It's ridiculous. You broke your daughter. You bulk. He didn't even say broke. It say bulk. You bulk your daughter, sir. Watch your mouth. You bulk your daughter, sir. Watch your mouth. He didn't even say broke. He said bulk. B-O-K-E. Bulk. You bulk your daughter, sir. Watch your mouth. And all these abbreviations, that's what I hate about texting and Twitter and all this other stupid shit. It's people abbreviating and they're so dumb. You, B-O-K-E, your. You are daughter, sir. Watch your mouth. So am I supposed to read it like that? You broke your, so I'm saying your, but it's your. You broke your daughter, sir. Watch your mouth. It's ridiculous. And then he's reacting to that. He's talking about he broke his daughter. He didn't say it right. He said broke his daughter. You broke your daughter. He ain't talking about you being broke. So you start, you ain't messing with the wrong one. 2026. You mess with the wrong one in 26. I'm about to sue this guy. That's my opposition to him. He got it on the brain so much, and it's such a weak, unconstitutional, ridiculous, weak shot. But we'll get into it.
I'm broke.
No, you broke your daughter. Okay, you broke your daughter. But he can't.
Listen.
But he's using that. He's using what I read to you guys because he know that you guys may didn't catch that. So he's making it. It's one of his premise. He's gonna sue Corey. So he's giving a way to talk about it, and because he can't keep it to himself. So he's using that narrative of the guy saying you broke your daughter. So watch your mouth.
Y'all picked the wrong one this year. I'm going to show you just how broke I am. Pac said, don't go to war unless you got your money right. I got my money right, and now I'm ready for war. Let's go ahead and read some of these super chats, and then we're going to go ahead and get into it.
Yeah, we done. We done. You ain't gonna get into nothing. We're done. I'm done with this. He can read the super chats by himself. Okay? But it's just the way look, and Anton, I'm gonna enjoy your podcast. I enjoy your podcast a lot, you know what I mean? And everybody that's watching the podcast, I'm gonna cut that little gap that I had. Actually, I was on a conference call with a client. I'm sorry. My fault, you know what I mean? I would cut that get a gap out of it and everything like that. I didn't know that I had some people, hey, want y'all to speak in the chat. Hit that individual perspective podcast at gmail.com. I want to build a panel where we have some discussions and everything like that. And I will actually give you a link and then we can just go on. We can do this any day of the week, anytime, any day. We can do one a night if you want. It don't matter to me. We're aggressive. We're going to be aggressive. So, yes, I'm getting more in tuned into what I'm doing here. And sometimes when I get away from it for months or a year or so like that, it gets really crazy. But I told myself, never again. We're going to never disappear again. We got so much stuff to talk about. It's so much politics, so much social dynamics. There's some clips that I want to play to some different relationship stuff that I can't wait to have a conversation on. But with this situation, I'm going to come back in and actually do Corey Holcomb's response, you know what I mean, to all this other stuff. And if you guys want to join the panel, please hit that individual perspective podcast at gmail.com link. I could bring you into the panel and we can have a conversation. I want to build a panel. You know what I mean? Now, I know that you guys may be busy and you work and all that stuff and doing what you got to do to make it. But I would like for, when it's convenient for everybody, for us to group together and just do panels. Just be robust about it and be aggressive about it. So I just want to tell you guys, the link is in the bottom in the description. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Look, it takes nothing but to support me in the most minute way by hitting the like, subscribe, and follow. And hit the notification bell so every time I am popping up doing something, they can notify you. Okay? That's what I want to do. You guys interested in it? Let's go. Let's go. I'm excited to keep going. Put something in the chat. You gotta write in the chat, otherwise, you want me to keep going, I'll keep going because I got a lot of clips to play and a lot of commentary to play to it. But if I'm here by myself, I might as well get it all cleaned up. I do got to take a big gap out of it because I did get in a conference call, and it was only for 5 minutes. So let me look at the time. What was it? What time was that? It looks like it was 6 minutes. It was 6 minutes, so I got to cut 6 minutes of it out. Okay? Individual Perspective Podcast. I hope you guys are watching this. And please watch the episodes before. Gives you a nice cohesive thought process. In addition to that, I will be coming back in and finishing up and giving the Corey Holcomb side of it, of things and everything like that. And thank you for watching Individual Perspective Podcast. I'm your host, Daris D. McKinney, and we're going to level this up. We're going to come back in. We're going to rock and roll. We're going to do the things that we need to do to make sure everything is cool and tight, and we expand. And like I said, at any given time, let's go on the panel. Okay? Individual Perspective Podcast at gmail.com. Individual Perspective Podcast at gmail.com. My name is Daris D. McKinney. This is Individual Perspective, and I will see you on the next one.